Have you ever read through the classics?
We've been trying to read through the classics.
You know, trying to get a little bit more culture into our lives.
And here's basically what we discovered.
We
are dumb. That's right. D-U-M. Dumb.
Reading the classics is hard.
It's all in English.
Which is our native language.
Yeah.
We've actually looked it up. And we think we figured out what our struggle really is.
You see, Shakespeare had a working vocabulary of 54,000 words.
54,000 words in his working vocabulary. We today in the United States have a working vocabulary of only 3,000 words. But I'd like to point out at this time that we Americans only use 3,000 words because we've mastered the talent of packing the entire meaning of a phrase, sentence, even a paragraph, into just a couple or maybe one word.
Let us explain further by giving some examples of this.
Yo, you just missed school.
While some people, like my grandmother for instance, may think when I use the word school, I'm simply referring to the excellent degree of education I received as a high school junior.
What this actually means is that I have taught someone a hard-earned lesson, and they are now completely humiliated, embarrassed, and look like a fool.
Oh, my bad, man.
Say, what? My bad.
No, this grammatically incorrect phrase does not mean that Caleb is saying he's a bad person, as some might think.
My bad actually means that Caleb is owning up to his mistake, taking responsibilities for his actions, saying this at just the right time can make you come out looking like a little bit of a saint.
She's totally my frenemy.
Yes, this is a word that girls usually use.
A frenemy is a person that used to be your friend, but because of some unlucky incident.
Like stealing my boyfriend.
Oh, no way, girl. Nuh-uh.
You are now
A frenemy.
And last but not least, the favorite of most teenage boys,
YOLO!
what this actually means.
life is but a walking shadow, a poor play, a tale told by an idiot, full of sound and fury, but signifying nothing.
And this, our life, exempt from public harm, finds tongues in trees, books in running brooks, sermons in stones, and good in everything.
Cowards die many times before their deaths, but the valiant taste of death only once.
This, above all, to thine own self be true.
YOLO.
That's why when we're reading through Shakespeare, we're like, what light through yonder winder?
Does this come on DVD?
What about VHS?
Or how about one of them spiffy Blu-rays?
Kinda makes us feel like we're not as smart as we should be.
For instance, if we were born in the 1700s, presumably, children would have a better vocabulary than we do.
Which means we wouldn't even be able to recite fairy tales to kids because we wouldn't be smart enough.
For them to even understand it at all, it would have to go something like this. The Reader's Theater Group of Calvary Christian School would now present to you all
The three minuscule swine.
As told in times of old.
In times past, though not long ago, there lived pigs, in stature little, and in number 3, who being of age, both entitled and inspired to seek their fortune, did set about to do thusly. When they had traveled a distance, pig number 1 spake, saying,
Hearken, brothers, indeed, this tempestuous realm, tarry we long from earth and home, we shall fare, I feel, not well.
and so, being collectively agreed, but individually impelled, the Dominicus swine set about each for himself to erect an abode.
Pig number 1 did construct his house from straw,
Pig number 2 did likewise, though not rather from straw.
instead from sticks.
Meanwhile, unique in his imaginings, pig number 3 did erect as his domicile, stalwart and garish a structure, made from brick entirely. Soon, there happened along, as is frequently the scenario, in classic tale of protagonist pig.
Or red-hooded child.
A wolf.
A wolf. A wolf.
Carnivorous in nature, and in full season, he called out to the straw and sconce swine, saying,
Pray thee, pig, grant me entrance.
But Pig won't be caught with sage foreboding.
He is mad who trusts in the tameness of a belly-pierced wolf.
And he responded immediately.
Nay, it shall not be, indeed not by wit or whisker jowl.
Prepared for this most expected response, the wolf replied immediately,
Then still thyself, little pig. Forthwith shall I endeavor by employing means both huffing and puffing to dismantle your flaxen fortress.
Whereupon there forth from the wolf an exhale of gale proportions.
that quickly rendered straw hovel to dreads and dross, and carried aloft piglet and shattered corners both.
Exposed now to claw and fang, Piglet 1 made haste. Wolf in pursuit, to the stick festoon sanctum, a peccary, secondary.
causing Pig 2 to cry out in dismay.
Well, this knocks my knickers. The marshalling of feral wolf to my doorstep is nowhere among those endeavors amenable or congenial.
1,000 pardons twould seem the beast, made for the breath as purged of home and sound judgment alike.
The mighty maelstrom of the wolf's exhale splattered second swan shaft and shortened the sanctimonious scolding simultaneously.
Lo and behold, stand we now amid wooded wreckage tremulous and vulnerable, with nary a strategy for eschewing the canine devourer, illuming in deadly proximity?
Strategy? While it is noble to contemplate tactical particularities, pressed as we are at the time restraint, forbidding detailed strategical conversations, I would urge we run!
Whether by their own fleet-footed competence,
Oh, it was with this attitude.
the Dominican swine arrived at their ultimate kindred neighbors, inexpugnable brick ingress unscathed.
Upon the third pig's door, they pounded, calling out,
On board this entrance!
And with haste we beseech thee.
Now, the third pig hailed from the American colonies.
and possessing a vocabulary substantially less robust than his impromptu visitors replied.
Say what now?
Seek please sensually!
They implored on the verge of hysteria.
Lest we fall forthwith to the rabid appetency of yonder approaching carnivore.
Still confounded by their impertinent words, Pig 3 did render ajar his palsel, whereupon 1 and 2 spilled through thereupon the threshold enervated.
So y'all just wanted to come in? Well, you could have just said that.
The sinister hiss of the wolf could once again be heard outside.
Pray thee, pigs, grant me entrance!
Whoa! What y'all suppose he wants?
He seeks to gain purchase within indeed. He would occupy this very alcove where he but afforded the most meager of opportunities.
I'm just gonna go ask him what he wants myself.
Under no circumstances!
Squilled one, flinging self bodily against the portal.
There is naught to be gained accosting external opponent, save our own immediate demise.
What you say about my mama?
House and occupants were again engulfed in a malevolent blast of wolfish wind.
The foundation shook,
The frame rattled.
and lo, to the astonished eyes of Piglet and encroaching scoundrel alike, stood the third pig's house, undaunted.
That's good news for you pig fans.
Aghast and dismayed, Pig 2 queried of 3.
How does against such relentless and torrential onslaught this house endure?
Pig 3 puffed out his chest.
Tapped hoof to the earth, and responded.
It's American made.